that was a good place to stop. Hey, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, hi, hi. Can everybody hear me? Let me make sure everything's working right. So, whew, it's been a very busy many days. I feel like I can't get, I'm just barely keeping up with shit. Look, I don't even have my camera zoomed in correctly, y'all. That's just the way it's been. Woo! Hi. Hello. This is my face. Very close up. I don't kind of like this. Let me see. Is that too close? Wrong way. What do you think? Is that too close? Do I need to pull it back a little? So, we got a whole bunch of folks in the house already. We've got over on Twitch, Judy Blackcloud was the first person to say hi on Twitch. I think I'm too far over. Hang on. Doot. That's a little better. And I see Sophia has joined us and Anita. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Over on the tubes. Wait, I'm still trying to get my camera to be the way I want it. Over on the tubes, we've got Molly. Hello, Molly. And I also see Hattie. Hi, Hattie. Welcome in, y'all. I am so tired. I've missed you guys. And Jay has joined us over on Twitch. Hello, Jay. Nice to see you, my friend. It's been such, I haven't had any downtime yet, y'all. I just haven't. So, last week we left on Wednesday. We drove to West Virginia. I slept, or rather didn't sleep, on the absolute most uncomfortable bed I've ever laid on in my entire life. I got no sleep that night, hardly at all. Then we drove to Pittsburgh, and then we had the In Your Right Mind workshop, which was fabulous. My classes went well. I took several classes that really kind of helped my brain around my stories and my marketing, so it was really, really worthwhile, really good. So on the way there, we rented a car, right? Because I didn't want to put that amount of miles on my car. So we rented a car, we drove, and when I tell you Virginia and West Virginia is all construction, it's you go 70 and then it drops down to 55 and you do 55 for 10 miles and then it comes back up to 70 for a mile and a half and then it drops back down to 55 for another 4 miles and then the whole way, right? So I went through several dozen construction zones. We have the workshop, really good. I got to see a bunch of people I hadn't seen sometimes in decades. Made some really good connections, sold a few books, which was nice. And then we came back, and that last day was really busy because we were going to stay for the graduate luncheon because the Alumni Association hosts a luncheon with the graduates for that year, and that, to kind of give them an introduction to the Alumni Association. And we were going to go, but then when we found out earlier in the weekend that a mentor of several of ours who were in my little group that we roomed together in an Airbnb, we found that he wasn't working anymore for the program. And so we were like, what? So he actually lives in Pittsburgh. So we reached out to him and we ditched the graduate luncheon and we went and had coffee with him. And then I had to drop the other two off, one at the airport and one at a hotel. And then we finally got back on the road at 5 o'clock. And so we come down and I had switched our hotel reservation to a whole different hotel. So I didn't have to have that bed. So then we're driving down, right? We stop in Virginia, we stay overnight, and then we drive the remaining 6 hours on Sunday. That's not right. On Monday. Y'all, we got 90 minutes from the house and this gigantic rock came flying up from the interstate and put a freaking, little star break in the windshield. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I went through 40,000 construction zones and didn't have a problem. And now I'm an hour and a half from my house. So we get home. I'm just giving you the whole litany so you understand how fucking busy I've been. So we get home on Monday at about 4:30, visit with Holly, who took care of the house for us, and then had dinner. Then I worked on Dragon Con stuff that whole evening. Then yesterday morning I was up at 7:30. I had a 9 o'clock appointment with my therapist, thank God. Was done with that at 10, took a shower, took the car back to the rental place and talked about all the things that we had to deal with them. Then came back home, went and worked on some Dragon Con stuff for like an hour, went and took my mom to the doctor that was running an hour and a half fucking late. So then took her home. By the time I got home, it was after 6. I had dinner. I worked on Dragon Con stuff some more because I had a deadline. Yesterday was a deadline, like a big scheduling deadline. And I thought I was going to be able to, I'm just monologuing at this point. I thought I was going to be able to work on it while I was in Pittsburgh, but that was an erroneous assumption. So I'm like scrambling to get all this shit done. And, I had started it before I left. Like, I had started it a while ago, but, it's a big project, so you work on it in pieces, and I still had a lot of pieces to do. And so I'm up late last night, and then this morning I had my Italian lesson. And actually, last night I was supposed to record a video, I was supposed to be on a panel for Continual about Stephen King adaptations, which I was excited about, but I was so tired. Like, I was so tired, and I was still not done with stuff I wanted to get done in time, right? And so I emailed them, and they had a bunch of, like, they had like 7 people on this panel, and usually when it's that big, it just, like, there's not a lot. Like, you're talking, there's just too many people, and y'all want to talk, and then it goes on forever. So I emailed them, and I was like, would you mind if I dropped? And they were like, no, that's fine, cool. So I worked on that shit until like almost midnight last night. I finally got the stuff done I needed to get done. And a little bit extra, like, because I did a little extra. And, oh yeah, Judy, I'm using you. You're on several of my panels. So this morning I got up because I had my Italian lesson at 10:30, but I hadn't even looked at my Italian homework. So I did my Italian homework when I got up this morning, had my Italian lesson, and now I'm here. I missed y'all. So I'm also going to say that I know I promised that I would have a regular schedule this week, but we had to do a second appointment for my mom because it was an ortho appointment, and she's going to get a cortisone shot in her hip, which of course they have to do a whole different appointment for because they can't just do it in the office. They have to do it with x-ray assisting. And so he only does it on Thursdays during lunchtimes. So we were able to get in tomorrow. So I'm going to take my mom back there tomorrow. And so I'm going to stream, I think, on Saturday afternoon. After the Discord sprints are over, I think I'll do a stream to make up for missing tomorrow, after I promised you that I would be back to a regular schedule for 1 week before I take the whole month off. All right, I feel better getting all that out. I missed y'all. All right, let me go back and see what people have to say. Judy said, looking lovely. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Molly says, yay, for successful trip. Yes. Hey, Daniela's here. Hey, Daniela. Dio says, hey, Vanessa, nice to see your face. My face with a heart. I'll rewatch today's and tomorrow's sprints as I am on my Poland trip. You don't have to worry about tomorrow's sprints because you can wait till Saturday. Just arrived after 10 hours on the train, so just lying down for a bit before a walk and dinner. I hope you have the best time. I hope you have so much fun, Daniela. Let's see. Emily has joined us on the tubes. Hi, Em. Emily says, hi, all. By the way, my ATT fiber internet has been broken. Because it's AT&T, of course. Cutting in and out, slow speeds, buffering since yesterday afternoon, so I'm going to be spotty. I hope you call them. Because you're paying too much money for having shitty internet. Let's see. Judy says, yeah, too many on the panel. Yeah, 7 is a lot, right? Sophia says, speaking of Stephen King adaptations, I rewatched the It miniseries and then watched the newer movies. I feel like the new movies didn't get the point of the story. Yeah. Yeah. But the movies were still pretty good for what they were, right? I like the first one better than the second one because the kid's story is always better than the adult story. It's always like that in Stephen King stuff because he has so much nostalgia around his childhood. Yeah. So Judy says, woohoo! I hope you get the chance for a small break soon at least. Yes. I basically am done. Like this, like the rest of the week is just chill. Like, I mean, I have a lot of work to do. I still have to work on more Dragon Con stuff. I also have to work on multiverse stuff because we're closing. If anybody who's a multiverse guest has not filled out their survey for multiverse, that is closing today. I kept it open a little longer. We only have like 6 more people who haven't done it. If like we've never gotten that close to like that close to all of our guests doing the surveys. So I'm hoping the last few straggle in. I'll be closing it today, and then I've got to like organize it for the track directors. So that is also going to be this week, since on Monday I start my Celta, however you pronounce it, really like very in-depth and busy course about teaching English as a second language. So, yeah. So let's see. So the rest of this week, even though I have a lot to do, I don't have as much. I mean, tomorrow I have to take my mom to the thing, but that'll just be a couple, like, that won't take a long time. I mean, the driving will take longer than the actual appointment does, but that'll be fine. So, but like today, it was just so busy. And, you know, I'm struggling with con drop because this is when you get con drop in the couple days after a convention. So, like, that's why I was dragging so bad last night. I was so tired. Oh, the sound is not high. Oh, yeah, I turned the sound down for the dragon because it always scares me. So, thank you so much, Anita, for feeding Pixie. Look, we're halfway to level 22. Huzzah! Oh, and Jay is also feeding Pixie. Pixie's a very happy dragon right now. Let me see. Let me scroll back. Anita says that was a jam-packed week. Girl, you are not even lying. I am, oof. It was super, like, stupid busy. I mean, it was all really good, but oh my God, I'm exhausted. Erica's joined us on the tubes. Hi, Erica. And on Twitch, we have Purdy Nerdy, which is like the best, like, oh my God, that is a great name. And Hattie sent me hugs. Thank you, friend. So, Purdy Nerdy, feel free to let us know I don't know if you're a writer or whatever. If you're a writer, let us know what you write, what you're working on. If you're just here for the productivity sprints, feel free to let us know what you're working on. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Vanessa, by the way. Nice to meet you. Let's see. Judy says, I did want to suggest a lo-fi city-ish game you might like. Hocus Focus. Witchy vibes for Focus. Demo is out now and full thing is out in early August. Okay, that sounds cool. Thank you for the rec. Is it on Steam, Judy, or is it like standalone? Erica says, gonna be working on a project. That's it? That's all we get? Gonna be working on a project. Just a project. That's it? Erica, come on now, woman. All right, Jay says, been getting cussed out since Monday. The benefits of being the only agency you can still get a human. At least I have tomorrow and Friday off. Yes, long weekend. You go, girl. And I'm sorry you're getting cussed out. People should not be rude. I'm just saying. Sophia says, too many jump scares. Pennywise doesn't need that many jump scares. Bill did a good job at it, though. He really did. I've got to say, Tim Curry, he did Tim Curry proud. Not going to lie. I mean, Tim Curry will always be my Pennywise, but, ooh, did Bill do a good job. He was super creepy. Okay. Congrats, Erica. Wait, did I miss something from Erica where she deserves congratulations? Oh, that story I was working on got accepted. Oh my God, Erica, yes, congratulations. Oh, I don't have sound right now. Oh, yeah, I do. Huzzah. I had to reprogram all of my Stream Deck stuff for this. You might notice we have a new overlay. We're back to Lo-Fi Cat. So, yay! Congratulations! Yeah, it had scrolled off my chat. That's why I missed it. Congratulations, yes. Daniela sends her congratulations. Pretty Nerdy is a writer, a game designer. Ooh, what type of games do you design? Wrapping up a few game writing projects before tackling my first lit RPG in the fall. Excellent. Huzzah. Well, welcome in. We're glad you could join us. So, I usually stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays every week, but like as I mentioned earlier, next month, the month of July, well, this month, the month of July, from this upcoming Monday through the end of the month, I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm taking a daytime class, so I won't be able to do this. I'm going to see if I can maybe do streams on the weekends, so just like keep an eyeball out, just keep an eyeball out for it. But we'll be, in August, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled streaming schedule. Let's see. So, scroll back. Anita says, I'm finishing some odds and ends, then editing. Excellent. I am doing lunch this sprint. Lunchables, because I'm a fucking adult and I can eat what the hell I want. Judy confirms that yes, that game is, thing is on Steam. Excellent. I'll check it out. Thank you so much, Judy. Sophia says, I was going to write, but I have the entire week off. What? Girl, go. And my brain isn't in the zone right now. That's cool. So I might do my dishes and some crochet instead. I support this plan, Sophia. I support it. Erica says, haha, the project is on artist Otto Dix. So is it like what is it? Like, if it's on a particular artist, like, are you creating an homage or like what? I'm nosy. You know I'm nosy, Erica. You know, you should know. You should know I'm going to ask these questions. Anita says, yes, congrats to Erica. So proud. So proud. Sophia says, yeah, Bill was smart not to try to be Tim Curry. No one can be Tim Curry. 100%. But he did really well. He really did. He was super creepy. Erica says, thank you for all the congrats. Hattie says, still in that chapter, but I've been making progress, so it's almost done. Yes, I'm so proud for you. That's awesome. I know you were really struggling, so yay. Purdy Nerdy says, I write tabletop RPGs. Did you hear that, Judy? We have another RPG writer in the building. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Look, that is Jay. Have to have a balanced meal, right, Jay? Feeding Pixie the carrot. Let's see. Okay, so Purdy Nerdy writes TTRPGs, has written with Paizo, Kobold Press, and goooooo, but publishing 2 of their own systems in the next few months and a big indie TTRPG next year. That is fabulous. Great job. Here, you get a cheer as well. Yes, we love that. Purdy Nerdy says, yeah, I'm having trouble focusing this week too. I feel you deep in my heart. Purdy Nerdy, would you prefer I call you Purdy? Do you have another name that you go by? I like to call people what they like to be called, so just let me know what you would like to be called. Sophia says, any titles you want to share? Also, since you're on Twitch, Twitch will allow, I have the settings allowed for links. So if you want to drop a link, you are welcome to do that. Judy says, woo! TTRPGs. Daniela says, did YouTube censor my comment about the festival? I don't know. Let me go look at my YouTube and I will see. Yes, it did. Here it is. There we go. I added it. Daniela says, seeing Halsey and Renee rap tomorrow. Oh my God, that's going to be awesome. At a festival. Ready for some more feminine rage and queer chaos. Let's do it. Let's go. Let us go. Yeah. So, thank you for asking that, Daniela. And, I clearly need to make more mods in the YouTube. So let's see. Judy sends some kudos to Purdy Nerdy. Purdy Nerdy says, I stream co-writing sprints while I write. I'll be on in about 40 minutes if you want to check it out. Awesome. Feel free to drop the link. Pretty nerdy is fine. My name is Amber. Well, I'm gonna note that down. So, hello, Amber. Very nice to meet you. Let's see. Erica says, I'm making a PowerPoint, so I have to do some research on him and analyze 3 pieces of artwork. Very cool. Fun, fun. Amber says, this is a fun stream. My kind of energy. Thank you. I do try to, be fun. And, like, I'm really ridiculous and dumb. That's what it comes down to. I like to share it with the world. All right. Yes, Judy does also do games. So, y'all feel free to talk in the chat. But, okay, so the way the stream works for folks who are new and maybe lurking or not lurking or whatever, we do 20-minute sprints. Every couple sprints, we take a break until I lose track of when we take breaks, and then we just whatever. So, like I said, this first sprint, I'm going to be off camera because I'm going to eat, and ain't nobody need to see that. And I'm also going to assess what I need to do since I was, like, this morning's was just all Italian all the time. So, yeah. So, I have, last night, while I was dozing off, like, trying not to doze off in bed, I wrote down things I need to do today. And one of the things I need to do today is in the Facebook group, I need to put up Sunday's event and also Saturday's stream. So I did put up, obviously, today's, and I put up Friday's co-working already. So those are up in the group. I need to update the calendar. Emily, I'm so sorry that Sunday you went into the wrong Zoom link because I think I forgot to update the calendar with Sean's Zoom link. It had the old link in it, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. I was really trying to get everything done before I left last week, and it just clearly I forgot that. So I apologize. But I saw in my email that Emily joined your Zoom, and I'm like, but it was like after it was over. I was like, oh, poor Em. But you smart, you figured it out. I am positive. All right, thank you, Purdy Nerdy, for dropping that link into the Twitch chat. I'm actually going to pop it over to YouTube if there's anybody on YouTube who would also like to go check your channel out. So there we go, because I stream to both YouTube and Twitch. So, yeah. So Judy says to Amber, I do mostly my own D&D modules with a few things with other groups and non-D&D systems. We're so nerdy. Alicia has arrived over on YouTube. Hi, Alicia. Missed you the last part of Pirates. I didn't make it to Pirates before it ended. It was just my morning has been chaotic. But welcome in. Alicia's just joining back from her appointment. I hope it went well. And time for lunch. You and me both, sister. So, all right. Whew. Oh, FedEx just came. Oh, well. I hope my husband got it. Amber says Amber loves non-D&D systems. They're playtesting a new potential system for Chaosium tonight. Well, that sounds fun. I feel like y'all are like friends and you don't even know it yet. So, all right, but let's go ahead and get into it. As always, we don't do music on the stream during the sprints unless somebody on Twitch purchases it with their plot bunnies. So we're gonna go ahead and get going. Alicia says, oh wait, hang on. Judy says, I do sadly have to run for a meeting, but gonna lurk. Thank you, Judy. And she is Judy Blackcloud on like all other socials. So Amber, feel free to pop her a message. So Judy, I hope your meeting goes as well as possible, right? And hopefully you can pop back in. I don't know, like we typically go for new folks, we typically go till 3:00 Eastern time, which is about 3 hours total for the stream. But we'll see. I got a shit ton to do. So I don't know. It'll depend on how I feel around 3, how late we go. All right, Alicia says, I had my OBGYN breast ultrasound thing, and they say everything looks good. Yes, we love that. You get a cheer. Woo. Also, because, it was the booby thing. Oh, can y'all hear that? I'm not sure if you can hear it. Wait, let me be very quiet. Anyway, okay. I'm being silly. All right, let's see. there we go. Okay, so I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get into this first sprint. Like I said, I'm gonna be off camera because I'm gonna be filling my face hole with foods. So, all right, 20 minutes, y'all. Here we go. All right, that is the first sprint. How did you do? I ate my lunch. I was hungry. I didn't realize how hungry I was, but I was hungry. So I ate my lunch. I also put up Sunday's event in the Facebook group. And what I'll do in the next sprint is put up the Saturday event and update the Google Calendar. And I probably should update my Twitch schedule as well, and my YouTube schedule. Y'all, I'm so tired. All right, let's see how everybody else did. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Alicia says, well, the pizza went bad, so eating my Cuban sandwich and Cool Ranch Doritos. I have to say, substituting a Cuban sandwich for pizza is not a bad substitution in my view. I love Cuban sandwiches. I also love pizza, to be clear. So, like, but either one is excellent. Although I am very sorry the pizza went bad. Molly says, I am having lunch difficulties as well. I'm sorry. Let's see. Molly said I was going to make pasta salad and tried using chickpea flavor pasta. The rotini became strands. Oof. Oh, chickpea flour pasta. I wonder if you have to cook it a little differently. I wonder if you have to cook it less than regular pasta. I actually just bought some edamame pasta. So I'm going to see how that works. Because I can't eat regular pasta. So I want to try different things. Because I'm Italian and not being able to eat regular... Like, I can eat gnocchi, and that's really it. And if you, like, really overcook the pasta, but you're not supposed to overcook pasta. It's supposed to be al dente. But, anyway. Let's see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Valerie, who joined us earlier. Hello, Valerie. Good to see you, my friend. Val says, went through story edits for one of our authors and sent back the final for that. Good job. Sophia says, I did nothing except start a game I recently bought called Fae Farm. It's a lot like Stardew Valley, but looks less retro. Okay, that's cool. Molly says, sigh. I'm sorry, Malls. I'm sorry. Oh, God, every time somebody posts something, like, the entire chat, like, it just takes me to the end of the chat, so I keep having to scroll back. It's okay, keep talking, but you know what I mean. All right. Erica says, struggling because my laptop is old and PowerPoint doesn't want to work for me, even the web version. Oh no. Have you tried using the Google? It may be less, I don't know, like Google has something called, what's it called? Present? Slides? It might be Slides. Maybe that'll be easier. And you can export that into a regular PowerPoint extension, regular PowerPoint file if you need to. So, okay. Val says, I had a late breakfast of egg burrito with sweet chili sauce. That sounds good. Now have to make my kids burgers. I mean, you don't have to, I guess. Anyway. Amber says, almost done with day job work, so I can transition to creative work. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Anita says, one task left and also sorted through today's book spam. These scammers get stupider every day. I know, right? It's crazy. And I saw something on Threads this morning where an author the scammer accidentally copied and pasted the multiple page prompt that they were using for AI instead of the output from AI. So the email was like, create a non-salesy thing, but it was like so long, like paragraph 3 should be this, and it should have this vibe, and like it was this super, and I'm like, if you're putting that much effort into a prompt and it is multiple pages, just write the fucking email. Like, anyway, okay. Yeah. All right. Molly says, I followed the directions. Oh, that's always disappointing. I'm sorry. Let's see. Amber says, I have to be gluten-free too. I don't have to be gluten-free. I don't have an issue with gluten myself. But I had gastric bypass surgery about 20 years ago. and my stomach is temperamental about certain things. Like I can't eat very much pork. I can't eat any kind of meat that is very dense and also dry. There are just weird things that my stomach won't tolerate. And regular pasta is one of those things, which is good on the one hand because that's part of what got me where, weight wise and stuff. That's part of what got me there. But yeah. So anyway, Erica is trying to figure out her next best option. And then later says, Google Slides, looks like it's going to work. Yes. Good. Excellent. Alicia says, Alicia says, I'm eating lunch while working on making my thumbnails and setting up my live streams. Excellent. Anita says, it's Slides, Google Slides. I use it for my book presentation. Yeah, I tend to use Google Slides. I just always forget what it's called. I don't know why, because it's literally like what you put into the presentation or slides. So I don't know. Anyway, for whatever reason, I have trouble holding it. Rachel Taylor has joined us over on Twitch. Hi, Rachel. Rachel says, hey there. Here doing day job stuff. You have my condolences. And drinking Hardy & Sons American Buzz tea. Feels holiday appropriate. What's in that? I haven't had that before. Like, what kind of tea is it? What flavor does it have? Like, what flavor notes does it have in it? Because, I'm nosy. So Amber says, gotta run so I can start my pre-stream. Thank you, though. I'll be back on this stream. It's fun here. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much, Amber. I hope you have a great stream. I am actually going to drop you... Oops, let me pop over here. I'm going to drop you a follow so that I have you on my list. So, thank you for joining us today. It was super nice to meet you. Erica says, thank you. You're welcome. Nita says, this guy loved my book, wanted to do character art, but failed to mention which book he loved. That's hilarious. Sophia says, Vanessa, have you looked into resistant starches? It's something that happens to stuff like pasta and grain when you cool it and then reheat it after cooling. It's not that. It's not that. It has a lot to do with consistency and how. So my stomach is tiny and it has a real tiny little hole at the bottom to go down into my intestines. And if something, like the thing about regular pasta, particularly if you cook it correctly, al dente, is that I can't chew it down because pasta's slippery in your mouth, right? I can't chew it down small enough to where it doesn't block that exit, right? And so that's what it is. It's because it covers the exit and then I can't, what I've eaten can't go through, so it has to come up. So, yeah. Now, the things like the pork and stuff, part of that is the density of it, but it doesn't actually matter too much because after I had the surgery I had done and it wasn't long. It was when I was back on solid foods and I was good and I was exercising and after I exercise I often crave protein. So it used to be before the surgery I would have a hot dog or something. It was almost always a hot dog because they're easy, right? And I did that after this one. I was so violently ill. It was like the fucking Exorcist. I am not even exaggerating a little bit. It was awful. So, yeah, it was just projectile. It was terrible. So, yeah, and that wasn't even consistency or anything. It was just pork. So, now if I eat hot dogs, they have to be beef hot dogs because I don't want to go through that again. So, yeah, so that's really what it is, I think, with the pasta. It's not my system, it's the physical logistics of it, I guess. Jay says, had to de-escalate at day job. Why am I the fixer today? I mean, 'cause you're awesome and you're good at it. That's what it is. Buzz tea. I could use a little buzz. Hey, so one of the places I drove through was Virginia. Because we drove through the little corner of Virginia. And you know what's completely legal there? So I brought home some stuff. Rachel Taylor says, the tea is a very mild mint. Okay, that's cool. What kind of mint? I don't love peppermint. I love spearmint. Spearmint, as a matter of fact, I have just loose leaf spearmint tea. Because it's tasty. Hattie says pork f's up my blood sugar, except ham bacon. Yeah, I can eat. Oh, and beef hot dogs make you violently sick. We're opposites there. But yeah, so like I've forced myself to, like my system to be able to handle bacon most of the time, as long as it has to be crisp. It can't be chewy. If it's chewy, it'll make me sick. And which is weird because before the surgery, that I didn't like it crisp. I wanted it chewy, but now I have to eat it crisp if I'm going to eat it. And also pulled pork. And if I don't overdo it with the pulled pork, I can eat some of it, but not always. Sometimes my stomach's just like, fuck you. No, we're not doing this. So, yeah. Bodies are weird. They're awesome. They're incredible, but also weird. So, all right, but let's get back into our next sprint. Another 20 minutes. So I am going to, I just put up the Sunday event on Facebook. I'm going to put up the Saturday event. I've still got to upload last week's discussion. Sean gave it to me, but I can't obviously do it. I can't do it while I'm streaming because it'll slow my my connection down. Hattie says, all beef hot dogs make me violently sick and I have trouble digesting beef except lean organic. Yeah. And honestly, people have had the surgery I've had, like, your body, like, everybody's body's different, right? And there are some people I know who can't eat beef. I can eat beef in almost any iteration as long as it's not overcooked. Except for ground beef. I can eat overcooked ground beef if it's, not if it's a hamburger, but if it's like in spaghetti sauce or something like that. But like I can eat beef in almost any way as long as it's not overcooked. But I have trouble with white meat chicken because they often overcook it, and if any meat is dry, same with beef. If any meat is overcooked too dry, it'll make me vomit. But yeah, so like. But there are people out there who can only eat chicken who've had my same surgery and they can't eat beef. And yeah, anyway. Okay, enough of my food issues, y'all. Let's get back to work. I got 20 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Okay, y'all, how did you do? I finished putting up my events, so I put up the Sunday event. I put up the Saturday event that we're doing. I did not yet update the Twitch and YouTube schedules, but I'll do that. Actually, I should write that down because I forgot until just now. I forgot. So, let's see. Update Twitch and YouTube schedules. I also got through my notifications on Facebook, which was a mess. Like, there were so many. But it's important that I do that because, particularly for the conventions, like Dragon Con, there are multiple, like there's a main directors group, there's a group for the lit tracks, and they post like these are the lit guests and these are the people who have too many panels and who don't have enough panels and da 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 da. So yeah, so I got caught up on that. So next sprint, I've got to update the Twitch stuff and the YouTube stuff and the Google Calendar. Let me add that. And GCal. Yeah, and then we'll see where we are at that point. Let's see. Anita finished the task and edited a bit of the vampire story. Good job. Good job, friend. Alicia finished her lunch and got her thumbnails done. Now to set up all the live streams. Right? Right? I actually have an easy job of it this month since I'm not doing hardly any. I'm going to see about maybe doing, if I'm feeling up to it, maybe doing Saturdays or something. I have to wait until at least the first week, just to assess how challenging it's going to be in terms of energy levels and things like that. I'll need at least about a week or a week and a half before I can assess that. Because everybody's saying it's super intensive and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. I may just don't expect anything from me next month. Not next month, this month, because it's July. Don't expect anything from me after Monday except for the Sunday night discussions. I will absolutely, of course, be doing those. But other than that, don't expect anything from me. And then if I do sprints, it'll be a pleasant surprise. Let's see. Rachel Taylor is still doing the day job stuff. I love that when I can't write, I desperately want to. And then when I have lots of free time, I find excuses to do everything but write. That's actually really common. I found that my writing productivity dropped when I stopped doing my day job. When I quit my day job and decided to go freelance and writing, I did not write nearly as often as I thought I would. There's something about that limited time that like kind of pushes you to do the shit you need to do when you need to do it. And having extra time does not do that. It's weird. And it goes to that that rule that, and I don't remember who coined it, but that rule that says a task will grow in size to fill the time you allot for it, right? So like if you only have an hour a day, you get as much done in that hour, but if you then, you know, the next week have 3 hours a day, it's not uncommon that you won't get more done. You'll just get the same amount done. So yeah. Erica said, I made plans with my friend to go hiking. Their birthday is tomorrow, but we're going on the 4th. Ooh, is it going to be busy, you think? I don't know. Are people going to be hiking on the 4th? That's very interesting. I found a good template for my PowerPoint and good page with artwork and biographic info. Good. Excellent. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Okay. We got a breaky break, right? I could probably use a top off of my tea. It looks like I'm drinking hot tea. I'm not. This is iced tea. But I didn't want to waste, this was my coffee cup, so I didn't want to waste another glass. So I'm drinking my cold tea out of my mug. Sorry. This is just going to be what today is. Valerie says, task fill in to use all the time available. It is known. Yeah, there's actually a name. I can't remember, because I can't remember anything anymore because I'm old. There's actually, it's named after someone. That principle is named after someone, and I can't think about that. I can't think of it. Sophie, oh wait, hang on. Jay says, well, at least I'm getting free lunch for my de-escalation efforts. Chick-fil-A. I mean, I don't love Chick-fil-A, but yay for free lunch. Huzzah. Huzzah. Sophia says, I kind of hate when I avoid the dishes for 6 days and then they only take 10 minutes to do. I procrastinated that. The majority of the shit I procrastinated is exactly that. It's like it literally took me 15 minutes. And I stressed about, like, I spent more effort and time stressing about doing it and putting it off than it would have taken to just do it. It's been like that my whole life. My whole life. So, all right. Let's go ahead and take a break. So if you need something to eat or you need something to drink or you need to use the restroom, perfect time to do that at the very least. If you've been here with me this whole time and you've been sitting, please get up out of your chair, move your bod so that, you know, you stay limber as you get older. Also, if you haven't taken your meds yet, please take your meds. Because, you know, we want you around a long time. And what I realized, I had to refill my med thing, but I should have done it yesterday. So when I did it today, I just, you know, kept today's meds to the side and then refilled all the other 7. So I literally have a full week, but then I forgot to put aside my afternoon vitamins. So I need to make sure I do that. This is my little vitamin holder for my afternoon vitamins. So yeah, so I need to do that. All right. Valerie says, I did get up to make burgers for my kids, so might work a little during break to make up for it. All right. That's allowed. I mean, honestly, anything you want to do is allowed, if I'm being honest, because I can't stop you. So, we're going to be right back. Valerie's going to work her ass off while we're on break. Ha ha ha. So, let's get to it. I'll be back in 5. Here we go. Okay, sorry about that. So our Chewy delivery came when the FedEx truck was in there earlier, and I got one of the little red pointers, except it's like a star-shaped pointer, which I didn't realize. And it doesn't really work for Isabel because she was a feral, she was an outdoor cat. So, like, a little red light isn't going to catch her attention. And the other one's basement cat is both too dumb, and also I think he has vision issues because he's got one eye that's often crosses. So I think he doesn't. Anyway, he could see it and he would track it with his eyes, but he hasn't started like chasing it yet. So I don't know. Okay. Sophia says, take your meds. Take your meds. Valerie says, I did get up to make burger. Oh, we said that already. Hey! Wait a minute, hang on. Oops. Sorry, my tea was not quite on my thing. It was almost falling over. Wait, scroll up. Ah, Chantal's here. Hey, Chantal. Good to see you. Popping in to smooch the like button and say hello, happy sprinting. Thank you for stopping in. Very nice to see you, my friend. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, I'm a little winded because we had our, like I said, it was a Chewy's. It was delivered from Chewy's. And for those who are not in the U.S. or maybe you already know this, it's a pet stuff outlet. And we had like the cat litter, so a couple 40-pound bags of cat litter. So, yeah. All right, I'm a little winded. First thing I'm going to do is get my afternoon vitamins out so that I can start taking them. And then I am going to do those updates that I talked about. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Hattie says, the best hunter of our farm cats is fully cross-eyed. Well, he's a flame point. I lost the word. Siamese. I was like, Siberian. That's not right. A flame point Siamese, and it's very common that they have crossed eyes. So yeah. Sophia says, tomorrow my coworker is coming by to pick up my old bookshelves. And when that's done, I can truly admire my new ones and all the books in them. Yes! You should, once that's all done, you should post a picture up in the Discord. That's what I think you should do, Sophia. So, all right. Let's get back into it. Like I said, first I'm going to gather up my vitamins for the afternoon. Let me just grab those right now so I don't forget. And then I will do other things. Well, but like she says, already did though. I must have missed it. I haven't been in the Discord all week. So, because again, super hyper busy. So I'll have to go back and look. Thank you, my friend. In the feel good picks. It says feel food picks, but I know what you meant. So, all right. I will go back and look later. Does that sound good? All right. I want to change the colors of oh, that's not right. Of our little fairy girl. I want a different color. Do 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 do. There she is. Oh wait, I already had her picked. I want to go back to red. She's so cute. Although we do have this one we haven't done yet. I like that one too. Let's do that one. Okay, there we go. Yay! Alright, Sophia says, speaking of Discord, someone named Anthony Hernandez joined and spammed a bunch of channels and their posts are still up. Is that something new, different than the other ones? Because I know I blocked somebody before. I'll go in and look. If I can figure out what I did with my Discord. There it is. Alright. Thank you. Kayla joined us over on YouTube. Hey Kayla, good to see you. You're just in time for the third sprint. All right, let us know what you're working on if you'd like. We're going to go ahead and get started. Here we go, 20 minutes, let's do it. Oh, have we had our daily complaint about the weather? No, go ahead. Feel free, go ahead. Yeah, a few days ago there was someone, but yesterday was a new one. I got it. Thank you, Sophia. All right, y'all, 20 minutes, here we go. right, y'all. How did everybody do? I got my vitamins. I've already taken a couple of them. Then I got sidetracked. Yeah, I got sidetracked, and then about 45 seconds ago, I was like, oh wait, I've got to work on the calendar and stuff. So I'm working on updating the Google Calendar. Shit is slow going today, y'all. Slow going. All right, what did everybody else do? Valerie got some words in. Progress, slow but steady. Excellent, that's what we like to hear. Sophia did nothing. It's okay, you're allowed to do nothing. You've got the rest of the week to do something. So today is okay, you did nothing. Anita did some research, did some editing, currently stuck on a transition. Those are very easy to get stuck on. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. If you're in the Facebook group, I posted one of my mentors from Seton Hill is doing a free writing workshop on the 17th, 18th, I think. Whatever that Saturday is. I posted it in the Facebook group. I'm going to post it in the Discord here in a couple minutes. So yeah, so go check it out. Like I said, it's free, and honest to God, he was probably the best mentor. Like, this mentor at that school, students were lining up for him. He had his pick of who he wanted to work with because everybody wanted to work with him. He's also the one that, I think I told the story last week. Well, not last week because I wasn't here that week, but the week before, about how in one of my novels I showed the, like, stress or fear or whatever as feelings in the tummy, and for my 12-year-old twin protagonists, and it was I did it so often that he finally made a comment and said, I am starting to really be concerned about these girls' gastrointestinal health. And then it just got to where he was just posting putting a picture of the gastrointestinal tract into the comments in track changes. So anyway, he's doing a workshop. He's awesome. So go check it out. All right, let's see what everybody else did. Scroll. Rachel Taylor says her backup hard drive started making oddball noises. That's not good. It's been acting weird the last couple days, so I ran to Amazon to buy a new replacement that will arrive before I leave town. Yay. Yes, make sure you back that shit up, because yes. So, and for those who don't know what it is, there's a thing called an NAS, and it basically, you have two hard drives and they mirror each other. So if one of your backup hard drives fails, the other one has all the same stuff on it. I highly recommend that. We did that after we lost everything on our server because the hard drive died. So yeah. Let me see. Alicia says, I got sidetracked for the first half and then got to work on scheduling the lives. When it said the lives, I thought there was going to be more, and then it occurred to me, no, she's talking about the live video broadcast things. I don't know. Like I said, my brain's slow going today. Sophia says, I think I'm going to bed to read a bit. All right. Good night, Sophia. Yeah, no stream tomorrow, but we'll be doing our co-working on Friday as usual, and then we'll have a stream on Saturday. So yeah. So we'll still do 2 more things this week, but just not tomorrow. Erica said, found my favorite self-portrait Otto Dix has done for my intro. Excellent. Your presentation is shaping up. I like it. Anita says, stupid history needs to be inserted and ruined a perfectly good paragraph. Fucking real life historical shit, man. Sophia says, that's hilarious. It was hilarious. He's also, you know how sometimes you'll write a scene, but in the scene itself, it'll be dark, or there'll be something hindering your character's view of something. And if he's like, when he's, reading through your work, when he finds something like that, he basically blacks out what your character would not be able to see, either from their position or if it's too dark or whatever. And so it'll look like a fucking like CIA Freedom of Information Act paper, because it'll look like it's like redacted. So yeah, he's one of those guys. He's very he's incredibly like scary smart, and he's a historian, so he knows all the things about everything you would never know. You know what I mean? Like, he's just really smart, and he's got a super dry sense of humor. So but the thing is, he really cares about the writers that he helps. He just really cares. So yeah, anyway, so definitely go check that out. Like I said, I'll post it in the Discord during this next sprint. Valerie says, wait, I missed the name. Who is this? Timmons Azaius. So yep, that's who it is, Valerie. Mandy's here. Hey, Mandy. Long time no see. Hi, good to see you. Mandy ate breakfast, took meds, and trimmed her nails so they stop bothering her while she's typing. You're so lucky your nails get long enough that they bother you when you're typing. My nails are shit, man. They are shit. They're like paper on the ends of my fingers. So yeah. Good night, Sophia. Sweet dreams, my friend. We'll see you Friday. Alicia says, yeah, live stream. Sorry. No, don't be sorry. It was me. It was not you at all. It was not you at all. Mandy, what are you working on today with us? What are you working on? Let us know. All right, we're going to get right back into it. Like I said, I'm going to post that into the Discord so y'all have access to it. I can actually give y'all the link. Hang on. I don't know why I didn't just think to post it in here. Let me get the link. So this is the link that I just was talking about with the writing thing. So, there we go. Let's see. Mandy is outlining book 2 on the chapter level. Huzzah! Yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. We ready? Shall we get into it? 20 minutes, y'all. Here we go. Oh. Oh wait, you know what happened? Haha. I accidentally have my I had my channel open on the browser. That's why we got 2 little timer notifications. All right. How did everybody do after that sprint? I shared the I created a new channel in the Discord for education. So that's a place you can drop your links to education sessions, book recommendations, anything along those lines, so that we kind of have them all in the same place. So I went ahead and put Tim's the link to Tim's workshop there. So feel free to check that out, either there or on the Facebook group. Oh, what else did I do? I updated my Twitch schedule for this month, including putting myself on vacation mode for most of the month. So I did that. I haven't done YouTube yet. I'm getting there. I got kind of caught up in, you know, it's funny because like the Twitch kind of back end, the creator space, whatever you call it, is not even remotely intuitive. Like things that you would think would be in a particular place are somewhere else entirely. It's just, ugh, it's awful. So anyway, I got caught up in looking for something and yeah, anyway. Welcome in, James. Glad you could join us, friend. I'm sorry that you forgot your meds. I'm sure it has to do with the fact that I wasn't here all last week, and so it, you know, left your mind. So take your damn meds tomorrow before I kick your ass. Sklo Gamer! Hello, hello! Welcome in! Sklo Gamer says, greetings, fellow writer/reader. Nice to see another in the community. Glad you could join us today. Would you like me to continue to call you Sklo Gamer? Or do you have a different name that you like to go by? I am happy to call you whatever you'd like. But welcome in. I'm Vanessa. Nice to meet you. Valerie says, more words! But over a quarter of the way to my daily goal. Ooh, girl, yes. That's what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying. James is on a happy little walk. Nice. Good, good, good. Thank you for bringing us along. Valerie says, can I put a link to the class I'm teaching there, or does it qualify as self-promo? No, you are welcome to... the thing about self-promo is kind of more for the Facebook group, because that can get very bogged down. In the Discord, we have specific channels, like we have, you know, your streaming channels or self-promo channels or whatever. No, you can absolutely put any educational content into the education channel. So please do that, Valerie. Anita says, more Venice research, which somehow added a plot point to my work in progress series, but did not solve the transition block in the short story. You know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. James says, that's because nerds build Twitch. Yes. 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 Mandy says, I didn't get much done, but that's okay. I'm sitting here and letting my meds kick in. Excellent. I support this. I support this. I'm glad to see you, Mandy. I hadn't seen you in a hot minute. Alicia says, I got all the live streams scheduled. I think there were 11 in total for July. Ooh, that's a lot of live streams. And I'm assuming that, yeah, because the Morning Pirates is over on Cursed Dragon Ship, so that's not even, like, that wasn't even any of the pirates. That was just everything else. Excellent, Alicia. I hope I'm able to pop in and hang out in some of them. I'll try to get to a couple of the evening reading sprints if I'm able. Rachel Taylor says, my day job project is so boring right now that I have absolutely nothing to say. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alicia says, now to plan and start filming this month's videos. Yes. Erica's moving a little slow, but that's okay. Exactly. Slow is still forward momentum. So you're doing great, Erica. You're doing great. Excellent. All right. I believe we get another... No, did we miss a break? Was I supposed to do a break last time? Did I do a break last time? I did a break last time and I was late. I was late. Okay. See, I lose track even when I've just done one. It's insane. It's stupid. All right. So we've actually got a half an hour till the official end of the stream. Um. Ooh, Mandy has read over 100 Kindle books this year and about 10 more from Libby. Are you doing, are you going to be doing the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, Herkid? Are you going to do Herkid? Do you know about Herkid? It's going to be amazing. If you don't know about Herkid, I will put a link. I have a link somewhere in my, hang on, somewhere here. I have a link. I don't know where the hell anything is anymore. Where's my Herkid link? If Molly were here. Okay, here we go. So, all right. So I'm going to pop it over in Twitch. There's the information on Herkid. It's this really cool reading challenge that goes for an entire year. And yeah. So go check it out. It's really very nerdy. I discovered it. I didn't discover it. Kelly and Alicia were doing it last year when I started going to the morning Pirates sprints that they do Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Well, 11:30 a.m. ish on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday through Friday. When I started going there, they were talking about. I was like, "What is this Herkid thing you're talking about? I don't know what's happening." And so so I started it in January for Herkid 2.0. And because I really wanted to I wanted to make a concerted effort to read more, and it worked. So, I'm gonna also put the link in the YouTube. Oh, Alicia's already got it. Alicia's got my back. Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. So Alicia put the YouTube link. Here is also the Canva link that has links to all the different things. So, which is probably on the Herkid video description page. So yeah, I'm not going to officially be starting it until the end of July because, like I said, I've got this course this month, so I am not going to add anything to my plate that I don't need to add. I refuse to do Herkid. That is too much for me. Girl, you do like 15 different writing challenges. Like, what do you mean it's too much? I like it. My thing is, because it's a personal challenge, I don't stress about, there's no stress for me about getting it done. Because again, the goal for me is to read more and read more widely. That's the goal for me. So I use Herkid as a tool for that goal. Whereas I think a lot of people, for them, Herkid is the goal. Which is valid, that's fine, right? But for me, that's not the goal. Like, I use Herkid to help me facilitate my own goal. And because there is no, I want to read this number of books or that number of books or I want to whatever, there's no stress about it. So I just like it because it gives me some guidance on things to write, and it's a game to play while I'm reading stuff I want to read. So Mandy says that's awesome. I realized last year I really hadn't read that much in a while and decided to change it. That's exactly what I did too. I did that at the beginning of this year. Anita says, yeah, that's cool. Margaret Pinard did it last year, and we were suggesting books for her in videos. That's exactly it. It's super, super cool because you get all these different, like other, people are reading what they're reading, whatever that looks like. And so you get some really, really cool recommendations. I've got like 9 books on my Libby hold list because everybody has these cool books they're reading. So I just added in there. So yeah, it's fun. Alicia says, I just want to read. I don't need to challenge myself with that. And I get challenged enough to just read. That is perfectly valid, Alicia. Perfectly valid. Yeah. And like I said, it's not a pressure for me. It just kind of gamifies my reading a little bit because it's like, what can I figure out that is like, one of the letters of the queer alphabet? You know what I mean? Like, let me find a book that has a bisexual character or whatever, right? So yeah, I just and it's just a fun. It's just for fun for me because for me the reading is the important part. But yeah, so probably so this month in terms of reading, I want to finish reading King Sorrow. I want to finish reading A Darker Shade of Magic, but obviously I'm not going to be doing very much daytime like regular reading for that. It's going to be pretty much exclusively before I go to bed at night. So yeah. All right. So let's get into it. I'm kind of winding down. I'm like losing a little momentum. So we're just going to do a longer sprint this round. I think we're going to do 25 minutes. 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just wrap it up right around the top of the hour, like usual, because I'm dragging a little bit today. Alicia says, I'm creating a TBR game, though, so that will be fun. Oh, Alicia, I'm also going to read Crooked Kingdom. Yeah, but I don't know that I'm going to... Like, what is the date that starts? So, for those who don't know, Alicia and Kelly run the 100 Pages Book Club, which is what A Darker Shade of Magic is part of. And Alicia, you're welcome to drop the link in there, and then I'll pop it over to Twitch. And it's basically... in Alicia's Discord, we vote on the book that we want to read, and then you read like about 100 pages a week, and then there's a discussion after it. But I think Crooked Kingdom starts at the end of July, right? Like something like the 22nd. So I will probably, I don't know if I'll start it when y'all start it, but I will jump into it in August if I didn't start it when y'all started it. So yes, I am absolutely gonna read it because we read book 1, and I'm like, yes, book 2, let's do it, So yeah, I'm excited to read Crooked Kingdom. So yeah, so Alicia, if you want to put a link to the 100 Pages Book Club in the chat, like I said, I'll transfer it over to Twitch so that folks can have that as well. Yeah. So, okay, but let's get into it. We'll do 24th. What is English even? We'll do 25 more minutes, and then we will wrap it up. All right? Shall we end strong, y'all? Here we go. that's it. Last sprint of the stream. How did you do? I did update all of the calendars. I've also reached out to the folks who usually sprint but took this month off. Well, last month now, June off, to see what they're doing. So, so we'll see how July shakes out for sprinting, since I'm not going to be around. All right. Heather joined us for a little bit. Good to see you, Heather. Thank you for popping in. You're awesome. Alicia says, I'm trying to pick my July TBR, and it's a little challenging because of current circumstances. For those who don't know, Alicia's library is being redone because water and flooding happened. So, and things are still all over the place and in boxes and stuff. She said, I think I'll be doing book club books and newly purchased ones because I can get to them. Yes, I understand that completely, Alicia. That's a good plan. And then Heather popped in. Heather is in her Discord running sprints as well, but just popped in to say hello. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Valerie said, spent the whole time trying to come up with a proverbial saying. That can be some of the hardest stuff. Like when you have to come up with like, you know, like stanzas of poetry that are in a book in your story, or, you know, common phrases and things like that. I had my Italian lesson this morning, and apparently, what was it? There's something that's very similar in Italian and in English. It's something like on the same page, but not that exactly. But it's that idea. And then also, I taught her a new word, or a new phrase, you know, we'll muddle through. So I taught her that. So that was cool. But yeah, it's sometimes hard to come up with those sorts of things. Anita solved the transition problem and now has another one. Because that's just how it works. That's just how it works. Yes. All right. But you'll be able to solve this one too, because you solved the last one. You'll solve this one again. Erica said, Erica said, finished Wilhelm Heinrich Otto Dix, the man, and started Otto Dix, the artist. Excellent. Getting all the angles. Good job. Good job. Valerie says, yes, exactly. Erica says, just one X. Oh, okay, gotcha. You double X'd it. For the second one. Alicia says, but which newly purchased is the question? Time to make a spinner wheel. Oh, yeah, I don't. I'm just like, do I feel like reading this? Yes? No? Okay, I'll grab it. I don't plan what I'm going to read, except for when I'm involved in, like, group type readings. Otherwise, I'm just like, do I feel like reading this? Yeah, okay. Mandy says, oh no, water and such belongs outside the library. That is absolutely true. Just like trees belong outside of the house. Hattie says, very few words happened, but there was progress. Yes. I'm recovering from a health thing yesterday. Well, you know, and that's the whole thing. You've got to give yourself grace and kind of be gentle with yourself when, you know, you're dealing with health issues or mental health issues, whatever that is, right? We've got to give ourselves grace and allow ourselves to heal from whatever it is, you know, or recuperate from whatever it is we have going on. Like that's like me. Like this afternoon, I've got stuff to do, but you notice I haven't been super pushing myself. Like it's taken me like 2.5 sprints just to fix my schedule, because I'm allowing myself, like I made my deadline yesterday. I did what I needed to do. And, you know, I've had all this stuff, but I'm allowing myself some grace. And that's what you should do too. I mean, you ain't got to listen to me. I'm not your mom, but you know, I'm right. So, all right. Let's see. Mandy says, I took more pain meds and planned a game day with my brother. Oh my God, that's going to be so fun. What games are you going to do? What games are you guys going to play like role-playing games? Or are you going to do like board games, card games? What are you going to do? Because I'm nosy. I want to know all the things. That's just how I work. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. That's just the way it is. Erica says, going to celebrate my first accepted story by getting something from Tous les Jours Bakery. That sounds so good. Where is that? Is that the French bakery that's by Marietta Square? Cause they're very expensive. I bought macaroons from there. They're very good, but very expensive. So, but absolutely a great treat. Tiny Harmless Robots has joined us just in time for us to stop. Welcome in, welcome in. How have you been? It's nice to see you. Yay. Mandy saying hi to Hattie. Alicia says, I have a busy month, so I need to know what the focus is for the books, birthdays, family events, vacation. I get it. I find, though, when I have a busy month, I don't necessarily want to make additional decisions, but that's, but sometimes, sometimes, especially if you've got a busy month, you have to be very intentional about scheduling things or planning things because you've got to make everything fit together. So I totally get that. Let's see. Valerie says Grace is good. It's true. Mandy says good dog, bad zombie, Dresden Files board game, Descent the board game, and maybe Gin Rummy. A little old school there. I like it. Oh my god, you guys are gonna have so much fun. I'm so excited for you. I hope you have a great time. Daniela had her dinner at a Mexican restaurant, I'm assuming, and was gawking at all the beautiful buildings. Man, I can die now after eating those gluten-free churros. I love churros. They're so good. I think it's hilarious that you went to Poland to go to a Mexican restaurant. That makes me laugh. But I mean, I can't say anything, in America, we have Mexican restaurants too. So, Tiny Harmless Robot says, laughing always. I have the worst habit of rolling up late. That's okay. We still are glad you're here. I think I'm actually going to do a raid. I think I'm going to raid on Twitch today. So hold on. I think we're going to raid our new friend, Pretty Nerdy, that popped into the stream for the first part. And I think they're still, let me look and see. I think that, yeah, it looks like, wait, actually, I don't know. So, yes, it looks like they're still streaming. So we will pop over there, in a few minutes. So, let's see. Alicia says, hence the spinner wheel for the decision making. Yes, I'm going to be using my spinner wheels for the stuff I've got to do the rest of the day. Erica says, it's all over, usually attached to H Mart. Oh, yeah. But the one I'm going to is standalone and in Peachtree City, down in Multiverse Land. Excellent. Nice. Valerie's like, churros, right? Yum, they're so good. Daniela says, I'm limited to the gluten-free places, but I might score some Polish food tomorrow. Yes. I mean, not gonna lie, I don't love Polish food. So my first stepdad was Polish. His parents actually were captured by the Germans. They were put in concentration camps and stuff. So, but I love me some pierogies, and I can't imagine they don't have some gluten-free options for pierogies in Poland these days. But man, I can eat the hell out of some pierogies. I almost don't even care what's in it. I really don't. I will eat it. You put a pierogi in front of my face, I will eat it. It doesn't matter what's in it. So, Mandy's good news is that she is not the executor of her in-laws' joint will. Dodged an effing bullet. Yeah, I'm the executor of a couple different things. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with that shit. Like, they got a lot of faith in me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just gonna have to hire a lawyer or something to help me. Right, Mandy? Pierogies. Oh, I love pierogies. My grandmother, well, my first stepdad, like, I was young when they got married. I was like 5 when they got married. So I grew up in my childhood with them as my grandparents. And, ooh, she made the best blueberry pierogies. Like, I literally cannot find pierogies like hers. I need to see if if they've got the recipe. So I'm still in contact. Like I'm friends with my former stepdad. Like we have a really good relationship, better than my relationship with my dad, if I'm being 100% honest. But I want to see if he has her recipes, because I would love to have those. Alicia says, I need to find a place near me for German chocolate cake. Hubby wants some for his birthday. I mean, you could make it. Do you like to bake? Do you like to bake? Because it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Rachel says, as someone who has been dealing with closing out the estate of someone who passed as the executor, I highly recommend avoiding this job if at all possible. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I saw what my aunt went through with my grandmother. And, you know, she had a will and she had everything drawn out, and it was still a big pain in the ass. And they're still fighting. Like, it doesn't even matter. They're still fighting among, you know, the survivors. Like, I just don't get it. I don't know. People are assholes. Mandy says, you don't have someone who refuses to see the legal distinction between a written bequest in the will and a verbal wish. Like, anyway. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm glad you avoided it, Mandy. I'm glad. Good job. Excellent job, actually. Alicia says, I can do the boxed version, but he wants authentic if I can find it. I think it's hilarious that he, like, assumes that they're not using a box version at, like, a restaurant or a bakery or whatever. But honestly, you can make the cake. The cake is easy to make. Like, the actual cake is easy to make. The cake of any kind, like the cake part of a cake is easy to make. Because, you know, it's just some flour and some salt and some yeast and some, or maybe yeast, maybe not yeast, and some egg or milk or whatever, you know, like making the actual cake part is easy, and you just need the right kind of chocolate for it. So anyway, Mandy says, I hope you don't have, yes, I also hope you don't have to. I hope I don't have, I don't know, it's going to be a mess, but figure it out. The good thing is, like, my aunt, my favorite aunt, like, I get a lot of her stuff. Not all of it, certainly. Like, you know, there's stuff for everybody, because she was the most financially responsible of my mother's generation. You know, she's my aunt, so my mother's generation, and probably all the way down through my generation. You know, and it's not that she's rich or anything, but she saved her, you know, and she's never been an extravagant buyer. She doesn't need expensive things. She likes stuff. She's a QVC person, but, you know, she's never needed, you know, she would keep her car for 10, 12 years, whatever. So yeah, so she's got a pretty good amount of money, and I'm getting a good portion of it, but probably not even half of it. But in part because, not just because I'm her favorite, even though I am, but really because I did a lot to help out with my grandmother when my grandmother was sick, because it took a big load off of my aunt. And so, yeah. All right. Rachel Taylor says, the one I did was simple with no fighting by the heirs, and it was still a nightmare. Just selling the house, which needed excessive repairs. Yeah, and you've got to, like, keep track of every little thing, right? Ugh, it's awful. Yeast is for bread, not cake. I mean, I knew that. But, you know, whatevs. So, okay, Alicia says, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. I have until the last week of this month. Oh, you got this. Mandy says, houses, car, boat, boxes of books from basement to attic and garage, 4 heirs. Ooh, that's going to be a mess. Yes, you did dodge a bullet. You absolutely dodged a bullet. So, yeah. All right. Let me go over the events of the coming week as I know them. It's a little sparse because some folks are still taking time off. We've got a couple people who are going to be coming back, but they're going to be coming back with potentially with a different schedule. They're still looking at the days they're coming back. If there's anybody who would like to start doing a regular co-working or sprinting or whatever you want to call it, feel free to let me know. Also, I want to thank Hattie very much for filling in for me last week. Hattie, you are a godsend. Thank you, my friend. You're going to get your own shout out. So thank you, Hattie, for filling in. For those who don't know, Hattie was running sprints on the Discord during my regular streaming time and co-working time, and I very much appreciated her. So thank you, Hattie. All right, let me go over the events of the coming week as I know them. Let's see, what is happening tonight? Nothing. Tomorrow, nothing. Friday, I'll be doing our usual co-working from 1 p.m. to 2:30. It is over Zoom. The event is up in the Facebook group, and of course it's on the Google Calendar, so it'll populate in the Discord about 15 minutes before. Then on Saturday, we have Discord sprints with Dalen at 10 a.m. He goes from 10 until 12. These are all Eastern time, by the way. Saturday directly after that, and matter of fact, we'll do the lead up. You know, I usually start the stream about 10 minutes before, but we will be doing a regular sprinting on YouTube and Twitch on Saturday from noon until 3, or maybe longer if I'm feeling very, productive. So we will do that since I'm not able to do the stream tomorrow because I have to take my mom for a medical thing. So we will be doing that on Saturday instead. I haven't put that on the calendar yet because the timer ran out, so I'll be doing that directly after this. All right, Sunday morning, 10 a.m., we have the usual Sunday morning write-in with Lisa Raby and Dalen. One of the other, but those have permanently moved over to the Discord to make it easier logistically for when Lisa can't make it. Dalen usually fills in, but then it's like, oh, we're not doing it on Google Meet. We're doing it on Discord. So Lisa is just also doing it on Discord. So 10 a.m. on Sunday, 10 to 12, hop on the Discord, go into the voice channel in the sprint section, and one or both of them will be there waiting for you. On Sunday evening, we have our usual Zoom chat from 7 p.m. until about 8:30. If you have not voted, I put the event up today. So the voting is open. Please go in, vote for the topic or topics of your choice. Feel free to suggest new topics if you'd like. I will be putting up last Sunday's video on YouTube either tonight or tomorrow. So it'll be up sometime this week. All right. So that chat again goes from 7 until 8:30 Sunday evening. On Monday, I'm still waiting to hear back from Joe because he took June off, which means that he should be doing his sprints and meditation on Monday at 2 p.m. But again, I'm waiting to hear back from him. So I'll update as needed on the Google Calendar. Monday evening on the Go Indie Now Network, you can find me and Joe. We co-anchor the Late Night News, which brings you news stories that are of interest to indie creators of all types, but particularly authors. So that will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Go Indie Now channel on YouTube. Please feel free to search for it and follow, subscribe, whatever it is we do over on YouTube. And we will be on there at 9 p.m. on Monday evening. Tuesday, we usually have Amelia doing her writing sprints on Tuesday evening at 7. But again, I'm waiting. She's one of the ones I'm waiting to see what her updated schedule will be. And so I should be hearing about, we should be finding that out this weekend probably, or early next week. And that brings us around to next Wednesday, where I will not be doing this again. Sorry. But we'll see. We'll see what we can get on the calendar for folks. All right. Let's see. Mandy said, yay, Hattie. And Hattie said, you're welcome. Thank you again. All right. For folks on YouTube, we're going to shut it down. Thank you so much for being here. If you are on the Twitches, I am going to go ahead and raid. Let me set this up to raid our new friend. Let me find her on here. There she is. Purdy Nerdy. Let's see. Gonna raid her. Start the raid. All right. So we've got the raid going. Thank you everybody for being here with me. I always appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Um, and it's just in the middle of an ad, so that's going to be even, you get to avoid the ad. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. We will see you on Friday at co-working or Saturday on sprints. Bye, y'all.
I don't know. Let me. Like it's just gonna look like a snake when you think about it. Oh hey! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. You're rating with a party of 8. Holy moly! Thank you so much. I'm gonna snooze the ad break that was coming up. Hey, Vanessa here with the troop. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining. You caught me at a good time. Um, now that I'm done with day job work and I'm working on some fun stuff, how are you all? Hey, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Amber M. Davies. I am a writer. I have short stories published, but most of my work, thank you. Yeah, most of my work right now is all in tabletop game writing. I have some contributions at Paizo. They put out Pathfinder, so D&D's like long lost